I know it's been like over a week, maybe 2 weeks since I last uploaded. But shh, we know I'm having issues. We know I'm having YouTube struggles. But I am here with a favourites video. I haven't done one in a while. I was thinking, you know, there's quite a few things that I've been loving this past month. I did contemplate doing a whole summer favourites. But I couldn't be bothered because then it would probably be really long. Yeah, I've got a little good mixture of things to talk about, so we'll get right into it. I've got a couple of fashion favourites. The first thing is this jacket, which I have been wearing to death already. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and I absolutely love it. It is this teal kind of bombery type jacket. It's a bit like a bomber jacket, and it's got like cord here at the sleeves, cord at this little bit as well. Don't know what you call that, the collar. Yes, the collar. And I got this jacket off of Depop. I will put it on. So yeah, I got this off of Depop, which I'm really loving looking through, and I think I'm definitely gonna like order more stuff from. It's a really cool app. If you've not heard of it, basically it's an app where people sell typically clothes. I mean, sometimes you do get other things, but it is generally more clothes and stuff that they sell. And it's really good for like finding good vintage clothing. And so this is what the jacket looks like on. It's really, really cool. I got it for like £20. Apparently it's St. Michael, the label says, and apparently my mum was saying that that St. Michael was what Marks and Spencer's used to be called, or I don't know if Marks and Spencer's actually used to be called it, or if it was like a section within Marks and Spencer's. It was basically something to do with Marks and Spencer's. My second favourite, and I really have been wearing these to death. I don't think I got these last month. I think I might have got these in July. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was July I got them, but I've worn them a lot in August, pretty much almost every single day actually, and it is these Reeboks. I ordered them while tipsy. They were on the shoe website on sale, and I can't remember how much they were. I'd been needing like a good proper pair of trainers for a while now. I just had these flimsy little ones from New Look that were kind of getting destroyed. You can see these are like well worn, they're kind of a bit grubby now, but I think that makes them look cool. I've just been wearing these a lot. But now I'm gonna move on to some music favourites. A band that I have been really loving and discovered last month, I believe, it could have been towards the end of July, but I'm pretty sure it was August, is Fickle Friends. I believe they are a band from Bristol, don't quote me on that, but they are from somewhere down in England. Yeah, I can't really remember how I came across them actually. I think probably a song came up on Spotify or something, or YouTube, and then I just listened to it. It was Swim, actually. No, it was on Spotify. I was listening to one of my daily mixes, and Swim came on, and I was just like, this is great. Let me check the band out. They are like so jamming. They have one album out called You Are Someone Else. I believe it was out earlier this year. My favourite songs by them are Wake Me Up, Glue, Swim, Hello Hello, and She. I also quite like Brooklyn as well. But yeah, they're a really great band, and I'm going to see them in October. I'd been listening to them for like 2 days, and I was like, saw they were coming to Glasgow, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go see them. Just another few quick song recommendations. Songs that I've been really loving are Loyal to Me by Nina Nesbitt, Berkeley's on Fire by Swimmers, Planes, Trains and Cars by We the Kings, although that's actually more recently, so don't know. These Days and 1980s Horror Film, both by Willows, Personal by Against the Current, Zombie as well by Mount Eddie. We'll leave the suggestions there. So next, gonna go on to some movies, and let me tell you, this summer I have watched more movies than I probably have between the years 2014 and 2017. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I've been watching a lot of movies, like a lot more than what I used to or would usually. Like, guys, being in a relationship with someone who really loves movies, it eventually rubs off on you. I think that's just what's happened. I think I've just been with Ryan too long now. I'm going to go onto my Letterboxd account, which I will link down below. Follow me. Love using Letterboxd. And I'm basically just going to go through some of the films that I recommend you watch. I'll tell you the movies that I gave 4 stars or up. So like, these are the good ones. Okay. I rewatched The Perks of Being a Wallflower. House, or like Haozu or something like that, right? Okay, it's a really weird fucking Japanese horror film from like the 70s, and me and Ryan watched it together, and it's the fucking weirdest thing you'll ever have watched. I gave it 5 stars. It's actually just insane. Like, if you only watch one of the movies that I suggest, fucking watch that one. Like, honestly. The Stanford Prison Experiment, I actually liked that a lot. Yeah, that's on Netflix, so check that out. I rewatched Big Hero 6 this month as well. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I hadn't actually seen the first Ant-Man, believe it or not. I'm a fake fan, but I really enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp. I gave it 4 stars, so. Ponyo. Me and Ryan went to the GFT, which is the Glasgow Film Theatre, a lot this summer, and I've even continued to go without him. Now that he's moved back up in Dundee, you can't always see everything that I want to see that's, you know, showing, so I've just started to go my own sometimes. And we saw Ponyo. They were showing a bunch of Studio Ghibli movies, and I only managed to catch 2. Saw Ponyo with Ryan, which I think is actually my favourite Studio Ghibli film that I have seen. I haven't seen all of them, but out of the ones that I've seen, Ponyo is my favourite. It's so cute. Christopher Robin, I think that's still out in cinemas. About Time, I watched as well. I really enjoyed that. I rewatched Lost in Translation. That's a great film. When Marnie Was There, that was the other Studio Ghibli film I went to see at the GFT. I went to see that one on my own, but it was really good. I gave that one 4 stars, so it's not quite as good as Ponyo, but it's still really good. Room, I gave that 5 stars. Loving Vincent, that's a good one. That's recently been put on Netflix, so check that out. 20th Century Woman, I rewatched Psycho. I went to see Psycho on my own at the GFT, as well as showing a bunch of Studio Ghibli movies this summer. They were also showing a bunch of Alfred Hitchcock movies, and me and Ryan went to see a few. And then on the final day of August, I watched Saved, which is on Netflix, and I'd never heard of it before. It's a really underrated film in my opinion. I think it's kind of got an average rating overall, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. So yeah, but if you want to keep up to date with all the movies that I'm watching, because I'm now watching a lot more, thank you Ryan for putting this on me and making me watch more movies. Follow me on my Letterboxd down below, and I'm gonna link Ryan's Letterboxd down below too, because he watches more movies than me still, I think. Okay, now I'm going to move on to some TV shows. Well, some TV shows. One TV show. I've been kind of slacking on TV shows this past month because I've been watching so many movies. I started watching Arrested Development, and yeah, no, I really like it. I had been meaning to start watching it for a while. It had been on my list on Netflix for a couple months now, and I eventually just watched it. I'm probably about halfway through season 1 now, so I've still only just started it, but I've been really enjoying it, and I just thought it was worth mentioning. Yeah, I know I'm probably really late to the game with Arrested Development, but who cares? I don't. Okay, and now we're gonna go on to some food. Yes. Okay, so some food. The first thing I have here is these. These are Doisy and Dam Snaps snacking chocolate. Dark chocolate, 70% cocoa, maple toasted rice and pink salt. I had never seen these before. Of course, I had seen the Brandoisian Dam 100 times. I'd had their chocolate several times, but I'd never seen these snaps. And so it's basically just literally like broken up pieces of chocolate. It's literally like little broken up pieces of chocolate. And they are so good. They are, of course, vegan. I got these in Sainsbury's. It's the only place I've seen them, so you know, I'm pretty sure they are still fairly new. Then we also got something which probably sounds disgusting, and it does. It's not got the most nicest of name. It's nutritional yeast, and this is something that a lot of vegans have in their cupboards, because it is a great source of vitamin B12, which is the only vitamin slash nutritional thing that you can actually only really get from meat and can't get anywhere else. And it is basically these little flakes, and it has like a cheesy nutty taste. So like a lot of people will use this to make like vegan mac and cheese, vegan cheese sauces. It is very popular, I believe, for that purpose. But what I've been doing with it is I've just been kind of sprinkling into rice salads, and it gives it a slightly small cheesy taste. I don't want my rice salads to taste very cheesy, but it gives it like a subtle kind of cheesy, nice flavour to it. Then another food favourite is this Vegan-A's. This is like legendary in like with vegans. Like honestly, I'm part of the UK vegan group on Facebook, and everyone's always talking about Vegan-A's. This is better than mayo. It even says it. I find it so funny though. Before going vegan, I never really had mayo. I liked it, but I never really had it. Like I never really used it to like dip chips in or anything like that, but now I just can't get enough of it. And this is by the brand Follow Your Heart, Vegan-A's. You can get it in Sainsbury's. I don't know where else you can get it off the top of my head, but Sainsbury's are notorious for like being low in stock on Vegan-A's, so like seriously stock up. I was surprised when I saw it in my Sainsbury's, because my Sainsbury's where I live is very small. And then also kind of food slash drink related is this travel cup that I bought last week. So it's at the end of August, but I have been loving it so much. It is an e-coffee cup. That's how I say it. So I really want to try and start bringing my own cups into like places like Starbucks and stuff if I'm stopping for a coffee, especially now that pumpkin spice latte season is upon us. I will be going to Starbucks a whole lot more. Sorry, just adjusting my necklaces. And I saw this in Paper Chase and I really liked it. I really liked the fact that it was just like simple, plain. I believe it's made from like bamboo or something. It was something to do with bamboo. I don't know. I will link it down below and find it. There was a few different colours, but I chose this nice little dark green one. And yeah, so I've used it every morning. I've been going out to work when I start at 10, just so it gives me a bit more time in the morning to actually like focus on getting ready rather than being like I need to hurry up and down my coffee and go. And then just lastly, the last two favourites are just things that I did in August. The first thing, towards the beginning of the month, I went away with Ryan and his family to celebrate his grandparents' diamond anniversary. We went to Moffat, which I had never been to before. It's a town in Scotland. It was a really lovely little town and I had like a great few days there. It was really fun. We stayed in this like big house and it was really weird. Like it was filled with like all this old stuff. It was like old furniture, and then like two of the bedrooms were like really modern, and me and Ryan were in like one of the really modern rooms, and it had this weird really low bed, and we were up in like we were up in the attic, and there's a telescope in our room, and it was a great time. And yes, and then the second good thing, fun thing, fave thing that I did in August was I got to meet my friend Jaden again for the second time. I believe I probably would have mentioned it in one of my favourites videos last year, but I have a friend, Jaden. He lives in the US, and so we met online years ago, and we got to meet up for a second time, which was really cool because there was a time where I was convinced we would like never meet, but we met last year. And we met up again this year, and it was really great. He came up to Glasgow this time. He was just stopping off. It was like a layover between where he was and where he was going next. And he didn't have to stop in Glasgow, but he did, and we hung out for a few hours. I showed him all the places that I've been drunk and blacked out. It was great. It was a fun time. But yeah, that was really cool to get to hang out with him again. And hopefully there'll be a third time, and a fourth time, and a fifth time. And I'm getting carried away now. Yeah. Okay. So that's everything that I have been loving, that I found really cool in August. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what you have been loving this month. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.